Hi everyone, Animal Girl here, back with another edition of TV Talk. It's Tuesday, and that means it's Star Wars Day. And this week's episode of The Clone Wars was Frontrunners. The rebellion to save Onderon continues, with Ahsoka and Rex continuing to train Lex and his friends to retake their planet. Meanwhile, Ahsoka begins to re-examine her relationship with Lex as it becomes quite clear that he has fallen in love with someone else. Okay, things I liked about this episode. Now, these are all going to be very similar to what was in the last video, and because this is an arc, I feel, okay, it's okay for that, because they do all tie in together. Now, first off, we see Lex again. This is probably the first time that we have seen him in back-to-back episodes. And again, this makes sense because it is an arc and it does take place on Onderon, which is his home planet, that we would be seeing more of him. And again, one of the reasons why I liked seeing him again is he is one of my favorite characters. He made quite a few of my top favorite Star Wars lists, at least the ones that he qualifies for. There were like five that he did not qualify for. But all the other ones, he was on there. So again, I really liked seeing him in this episode. Secondly, we see more evidence of Lex and Ahsoka's relationship. Now, I know I stated earlier that he has fallen in love with someone else. But what I mean by the whole point of we see more evidence of their relationship is that, number one, we do see a little bit of jealousy on Ahsoka's part. Now, granted, Jedi are not supposed to get jealous, or are actually taught not to get jealous, but does that mean it doesn't happen? Of course not. I don't want to say they're human, because not all of them are human, but they're sentient beings with emotions. Just because they're taught to suppress them doesn't mean they don't feel them. And we do see that a little bit here. I mean, it's not obvious, but you can tell that she is a little jealous of Lex's new romantic relationship, and she's also a little hurt and a little sad as well because of it. And to me, that is a big indicator that she is in love with him, or at least sees him as something more than a friend. Now, do I think that means he doesn't love her? No, I don't. I think he does love her. I think he loves her more than this girl he's in love with now. But he knows that as a Jedi, there is no way she can be with him. And he's moved on to someone else. It's, basically what I think. If you have a different opinion on that, let me know in the comment section. Thirdly, we see Lex's home planet of Onderon. Again, I love seeing new planets. I love when the show takes us to new planets. Not that I don't like seeing the planets that we've already been to. I love it when we go back to Naboo. I love seeing Ryloth. I kind of like when we're on Coruscant, although Coruscant does get a little stale to me after a while because it's just nothing but cities. I like when we can see the open natural landscape. I like when we go to Tatooine, but we don't do it very often. I like when we go to Felucia. So when we go to new planets, or even planets where we're not in a big major city, where we can see the natural landscape of the planet, I absolutely love that. And that's what we're seeing with Onderon. We're in the forest areas, we're in ruin areas in this episode, so we see a lot of that, and I absolutely love it. Okay, third, and this continues on with the arc, we are introduced to two new characters, which is Saw and Steela. And in this episode, we actually get a little more information on them, which is great. I absolutely love that because we're getting more into character depth. And again, they are going to be very important in this arc, and one of them is going to go on to be important in the franchise as well. We will see this character pop up in one of the side movies, and also in the follow-up series to Clone Wars, which Star Wars Rebels, which takes place after Revenge of the Sith, but 15 years after Revenge of the Sith and 4 years before A New Hope. It actually ends right where A New Hope is coming into play, or roughly right around that time period. Now, I'm not going to say which one it is because that would spoil the last episode in the arc, but those of you who have seen Rebels, who have seen Rogue One, and who have seen this arc know which one it is. Okay, things I didn't like about this episode. There really wasn't a lot I didn't like about this episode. Granted, I wasn't happy when the writers gave Lux a new love interest, but I could understand why they did that when you look at it through the perspective of how he looked at it. He's in love with Ahsoka. He loves her probably more than anything, but because she is training to be a Jedi and is showing no interest in wanting to give that life up, he feels he can't be with her. They obviously do not know about Anakin and Padme. Ahsoka may have an idea, but Lux obviously doesn't know about it. So I can understand where that comes from, and it does make for some great fanfic writing after the season finale of Clone Wars. Okay. Feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comment section. I do love to read those. I mean, if you have a opinion on the Lux's new relationship, or whether or not he really is in love with Ahsoka or not, let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on that. Please like and share if you're watching on Facebook, or like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you're watching on YouTube. And feel free to follow me on Wattpad, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, and DeviantArt. I do have my name for those 5 sites right there on the screen, as well as the pictures I use for the icons. I will also have the links for those sites in the description section as well. Please note, all pictures seen within this video belong to their respected artists. I own absolutely nothing. Okay, quick reminder on my comment rules. My related Star Wars videos. My other TV Talk videos on Star Wars. My other TV Talk videos. And my other videos. Okay, before I sign off, a couple of things I'd like to touch on. First off, and this is for my YouTube subscribers, any of my videos that are not on YouTube can be found on my Facebook page. I will have the link in the description section. And this one is for my Facebook friends. Any of my videos that are not on Facebook are on YouTube. I will have or on my YouTube channel. I will have the link for that in the description section as well. I will also be posting the links for those videos on Facebook, but if you're having any problems viewing them, just, go to my YouTube channel. And finally, Game of Thrones will be put on hold in 1 week. So that means there will be an opening for a new set of TV Talk videos on Monday. And I would like to know which show you guys would like me to do. Your choices are Fruits Basket, Superman the Animated Series, Batman the Animated Series, and Gargoyles. Voting is very simple. All you have to do is write down which one of the 4 shows listed you would like me to do a video on in the comment section, and or like or love a positive comment on one of the 4 shows, and whichever one gets the most votes is the one I'll do a video on. Please note that negative comments and dislikes do not count as votes. Superman the Animated Series and Batman the Animated Series may be shortened to just Superman and Batman. Voting will be until June 10th, but I will give you an update if I have to change that. And you may vote as many times as you wish, but in the event of a tie, I do have the final say. So far it stands at 1 vote for Gargoyles, 0 votes for the other 3, but that can change. You do have 7 days to get your votes in and make your voices known. As always, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.